Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for being part of our program. We appreciate it. Here we are, together again on the radio. And I've heard this word used so much. Women who just become louder, shriller, and more annoying as the years go by love to say that they're independent. All women don't say it, so don't call and go, I never say I'm independent. I'm very independent. I never said that. And I don't think all women are independent. You always think that all women, that. No, I didn't say that. But lots of women do say it. I'm independent, and I want to be recognized by independence, and I don't need a man. I can do it myself. I can be a mother and a father. I can be the breadwinner. I'm independent. I'm completely independent. Bull. Women are not independent. Women are dependent on men. They're like junkies. Women need men very, very badly. These independent women who are the first ones to demand child support, vagina money, they are the first ones to tell a man he needs to live up to his responsibility. You got to live up to your responsibility. You got to live up to your responsibility. You have responsibilities and you're not living up to them. You know what, bitch? If you're so goddamn independent, shut up. Buck up. Raise the goddamn kid yourself, the one that you had against his will. How about you raise it yourself? Instead of demanding money and using the system to get money. You know, if you can't afford to have a kid and you're so goddamn independent, why would you be demanding money from somebody else? How about you do it yourself? But women won't do it themselves in most cases. Because women are not independent in most cases. In most cases, they are addicts. They are addicted to getting support from men. We make the car payments. We make the house payments. We pay so you can have your dream of having those little crumb crunchers, those little Xerox copies of yourself running around. We pay. We pay for the groceries. We pay the electric bill. We pay the gas bill. We pay the cable bill. We pay the satellite bill. We pay for your clothes, purses, shoes, handbags. We pay. You are not independent. Ask any woman, save a few, driving a Mercedes, a BMW, a Lexus, an Infinity. Any hot young chick driving one of those cars. You think she did it because she's independent? No. She did it because she can suck the chrome off of trailer hitch. That's how it happened, and some guy came in and wrote a check. In fact, I'll tell you something. I have talked to car dealers. Luxury car dealers. Lots of them. And to each one of them, I've said the same thing. When a woman's name is on the title to a car, who writes the check? Who fills out the loan application? Who puts in the down payment? Who makes the lease payments? Who? Each and every one of these dealers said that very, very few women ever put money down on an expensive car. Ever. Every now and then you've got the #1 Mary Kay sales representative in America. Or you've got the #1 realtor in town or something. But these are usually single women who are too busy pursuing their careers to have successful relationships. So, of course, they have to buy a car for themselves because no man would buy one for them. But the main goal of most American women is to, as you know, find a man and get her claws into his bank account. All the while saying that she can do it all, she can have it all, and she's independent. You're so independent, why don't you buy your own dinner? So independent, why don't you pick me up at my place at 8 o'clock, and then we go out? In fact, if you're so independent, why don't you drive your own car there and meet me? Then pay for your food, Miss Independence. You're so independent. So independent say, alimony? Are you kidding? I'm independent. I don't need anything from you. Now, I'm sure the exceptions to the rule are all getting ready to die. Don't bother, dear. We know there are exceptions to every rule. But generally speaking, there are not a lot of women who go, child support? Who needs that? I'm independent. Alimony? I wouldn't think of it. I have my own job. Why do I need him to pay? How often does that happen? Almost never. Believe me, I've been with the intelligent ones, the educated ones, the talented ones, the ones who say they're independent. When the relationship breaks up, you see how independent they are. I need money, is what they say. I need to pay for my apartment. I need to buy furniture. I need to buy a TV set. I need to buy a computer. I need to go to a therapist. I need money. I want to go back to school. Then I need to pay for an attorney so I can shake you upside down and take half of everything you've got, and I need you to pay for it. Because I'm so goddamn independent. And then while you're paying me vagina money, I will be dating other men, taking the money you send me and converting it into new clothing so I can attract the next sucker. Because I'm so independent. Yes, anytime you hear a woman talking about him living up to his responsibility, you're not living up to your responsibility. What that really means is I love to say I'm independent, but in reality, I still need more money from you. Because I'm like a heroin addict. I'm like a goddamn junkie. I need your money. I'm taking your money. I know how to get your money, and I'm going to get it. But I'm independent. I can have it all. I don't need a man. I just need his money. It's true, isn't it?
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM. 1-800-5800-866.
Even just having money and just having class are like two different things. Because you could be rich all you want and be a total jerk.
I'd rather be a jerk with money than to be a big fat poor guy.
The Tom Leykis Show.
Yeah, the Tom Leykis Show. Ask your doctor. The Tom Leykis Show is right for you. Use only as directed. 1-800-5800-TOM. Here's our telephone number.
I'm an independent woman. I'm independent. I don't need a man. I can do it all by myself.
Yeah, right. Renee on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hi, Tom. How are you?
Great.
I care about you, and I'm very concerned because I feel like you've been really, really wronged by women.
Well, that's only because I have a penis, dear. Every man has been wronged by women. That's the name of the game.
But not all men have. I have been married since I was in high school. Been married over 33 years. I have a 31-year-old daughter, a 6-year-old grandchild. Never cheated on my husband. He's never cheated on me. I have many friends.
Well, you don't know if he's cheated on you.
I know he hasn't.
No, you don't know.
He's just
you believe he hasn't cheated on you.
He's not that type.
Here, you don't know what type he is until you find out he cheated on you.
But he's just not that type. He's from another country, and his brother,
yeah, they don't cheat in other countries. What country is he from?
He's from Ethiopia.
Oh, yeah, they would never do that.
And he's not skinny. He's a very big, muscular guy, and we have a wonderful relationship.
Of course he would never cheat.
And I just feel like some woman, I don't know whether it was...
There, I'm trying to tell you that that's generally the case for most men. That's why men call up and tell me how much they agree with me, because they know that I've been through what they've been through.
But not all women are bad.
No one said all women are bad. Again, I said at the beginning of this hour, and I've said at the beginning of many hours, I've never said all women are bad.
No, but you basically...
I've been married 4 times. If I thought all women were bad, I wouldn't get married at all.
I understand that. You're trying to find the one woman that will be honest and truthful with you. And
Sarah, it's not that I don't believe that any woman can be honest and truthful. I'm simply saying that generally speaking, women love to say they are independent while they are busy as a heroin addict taking the money out of our wallets.
I feel for you because I just feel like you've been hurt so
Really?
badly.
So you earn your own money?
Do I earn my own money?
Yeah.
my husband and I own a business, and then he has an outside job, so.
I see. Who pays most of the bill?
We both do.
You can't both pay most of them.
Well,
Only one person can pay 51% or more.
Well, we're pretty equal.
Pretty equal, meaning he pays more.
No, we're pretty equal.
Pretty equal or equal?
I would say equal.
You would say equal, or is it equal?
It's equal.
It is equal, or you would say it's equal?
It's equal. You know,
so
and
you
I
pay
do
the
all
exact same amount as he does.
I work, I do the housework, I do the laundry, I do everything. I cook his meals. I'm there for him. He calls me every day to check on me. I call him every day to check on him. I've had a lot of medical problems. He has been with me through everything, and
that's wonderful.
I have had doctors.
So the exception to the rule, once again, calling in to tell me that the rule doesn't count because you're an exception.
Well, I probably am an exception.
Well, that's my point. Then you agree with me that the rest of the women, generally, are like what I described.
But you know what?
They love saying that they can have it all, and they can do it all, and they can be both a mother and a father, and they don't need a man while they're busy collecting alimony, child support, and anything else they can get.
They actually don't need a man. My daughter's single. She doesn't need a man.
Really? So she's not collecting any child support?
No, she's got a wonderful job.
So she's not collecting any child support?
No. She's doing it on her own, and she's doing a wonderful job of it. She's got an excellent job.
Says you. Who's taking care of that kid?
He goes to school.
How old is he?
He's 6.
Where did he go before he went to school?
He went to preschool.
Preschool. And where did he go before preschool?
He went to a sitter's house.
A sitter's house. That's great.
Yeah, he had daycare.
Wonderful.
And she paid for it.
Well, the fact that she paid for it is not the point. The point is the kids in daycare, it's not good for them.
Well, she has to earn a living.
Well, she didn't have to be a single mother, did she?
Well, the condom broke.
Uh-huh.
And she chose to...
And not have the pill, not use a cervical cap, a diaphragm, a sponge.
It was something that wasn't planned. It happened, and I'm glad it happened because my grandchild has made life wonderful for us. I mean, anybody that has grandchildren will tell you it's better to have grandchildren first. It really is. They're wonderful.
And who is the wayward father of this progeny?
He's not.
The guy she met in a bar one night?
Oh, no. They were together. They were high school sweethearts, and it just, after, school, they were together for several years, and it just didn't.
And when she got knocked up, he fell out of love with her.
No, she left him because he decided to be a little bit abusive, and she said,
the one day he just decided to be abusive. He had never been abusive before. One day he said, you know what? I'm going to slap this bitch around.
He was upset because he didn't want the baby, and...
I just said that.
And, but it takes 2 to make a baby.
Yeah, but it takes 1 not to take the pill like your daughter. Or use Norplant or Depo-Provera.
Well, she did use that for a while. I don't know.
For a while doesn't count. You're supposed to use it all the time.
I know, but when men don't realize the pill will really make you gain weight.
There's 11 other forms of birth control available to women.
Yes, there are.
Your daughter wanted to get knocked up, and you wanted it too.
She didn't want to.
She should have been on some form of birth control. But since she wasn't, she wanted to get knocked up.
No, she did not want to.
Oh, yes, I know. Mm-hmm.
She truly.
Well, you're really glad it happened, and she's really glad it happened, and so it doesn't sound to me like she was all that upset.
I don't think she was really glad it happened. It happened, and she's learned to deal with it. I'm glad it happened because I wanted a little black baby. My husband's mixed, and I wanted a little black baby boy, and I have my little boy. So I've got.
So you wanted a little black baby.
Little black boys are so cute, and I wanted one, and he is absolutely adorable.
Michael Jackson said.
Pardon?
No, it wasn't Michael Jackson.
No,
he doesn't like little black boys.
Michael Jackson, those 2 children are not Michael Jacksons, and anybody that thinks they are, those 3, those are not his children.
Well, that's a whole other story.
They're just anybody that says those are his kids are off the rocker, because Michael Jackson is not white. I mean, Michael Jackson is whiter than snow, and there's no way.
All right. Well, I don't want to get off on another tangent there, but Renee, thank you. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Let's say hello to Joanna on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hi, Tom. How are you?
Pretty good.
Okay. Just wanted to say She's been married for how long? The caller before?
Who?
30 years? The caller you
Yeah,
just
that's what
had.
she said, yes.
Okay, I was in that stage, not my man cheating. I got over it in a year. Been married for 5 years, 23. Got married when I was 18, got pregnant. Broke all your rules. Husband broke all your rules. But, you know, I work, and I work more than my husband. He's going to school right now. But I hate those girls that are independent and say it all the time. If you're so
But the thing is, the ones who say it are not independent. That's the point I'm making. The ones who say it are not the ones who are independent.
Say it again?
The ones who say they're independent
are
the ones who are not.
Yeah, I'm independent. Can I live by myself? Yes. Can I support my daughter? Yes. Do I make my car payment? Yes. Do I go out shouting it, telling everybody? No. Don't get me wrong. My husband buys me stuff, too, but I'm the one paying the bills.
You're paying the bill, all the bills?
No, not all the bills, but I bring in most of it, so I give about, I could say 60%.
So your husband's a loser?
Yeah, but we're half and half. See, he cleans one day, I'll clean the other day, he cooks dinner, I cook dinner.
Well, it's very equal.
So it's pretty half and half, yeah. But if I could do it by myself, but I'm not over there bitching about it. Oh,
But I don't think you could do it by yourself. You're not doing it by yourself now, and I don't think you could.
I couldn't. First of all, I need the sex. Second of all, I need him just to be there for support. And that's it. I need him. Right. I can't be independent.
Right.
I think every woman that says they're independent, they're just saying that because they can't, because they need somebody. They're shouting it out. I'm independent. Do you want to be?
Because they feel guilty about taking money from a man, taking his alimony checks and child support checks and everything.
That's horrible.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah. I can't believe it. Welfare is horrible. My sister was on welfare for 3 months. As soon as she got on her feet, she got off of it. Now she's paying her taxes. But I feel that's okay. Welfare's okay when you need it, but don't be having 3 kids from different dads and taking welfare and child support. No. That's unfair.
Well, I agree with you. Thank you. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Are you tired of hearing women talk about how independent they are, how they can do it on their own? They're going to make it on their own because they don't need a man. 1-800-5800-866.
The Tom Leykis Show. This is the Tom Leykis Show.
From Los Angeles at 1-800-5800-TOM. This is Katie on the Tom Leykis Show.
Hi, Tom.
Hi, Katie.
I want to praise you. I think you have got your head screwed on very straight. First of all, that last caller, not the one that was saying anti-welfare system, but the one before her, the grandmother, I don't know where her priorities are. She's happy because she has a black baby. It seems a little odd to me. But anyway, back to my situation. I have to give full-on credit to my husband. He's the most wonderful man on the face of the earth. He has given me the opportunity to raise 2 wonderful children. I get to stay home. I did it a different way. I got educated, and I chose to stay home. And he's helping me live the dream of being a stay-home mom, provide for my children, put food on the table for him, and have it hot and ready when he comes home from work. And there's nothing better in the world. There's nothing more gratifying.
Well, you know, many women have it your way and don't appreciate what they get.
Yeah.
They don't appreciate living in a house with the rent paid or the mortgage paid. They don't appreciate having the groceries paid for. They don't appreciate having the light bill paid for, the cable bill paid for. They don't appreciate getting clothes and cars and all that stuff. They complain and they nag and they harass. They don't appreciate what the man does. And then they go ahead and say they're independent.
My mother was one of those people, and she lived off of the welfare system for I don't know how long. And
there's another way of showing your independence, going on welfare.
Yeah, or nagging and complaining because you want a child support payment. Let me tell you, I worked for that agency in a state that I don't want to mention, one of the poorest states in the nation, and it is the most screwed up system that you would ever want to.
Oh, I know.
I dreaded going to that place. I was afraid I would get shot by some very angry hunting husband/ex-husband that couldn't get his hunting license because he had it revoked suddenly.
Yeah, because that's what they do when you don't pay child support.
Oh, yeah, that's
Even if you're not the father, they don't care if you are the father. They just want the money.
It's their method of getting you to come into the office and take a paternity test.
It's terrorism is what it is.
It is. It was literally
state-sponsored terrorism. They love talking about Al-Qaeda being state-sponsored terrorism, but state-sponsored terrorism is when the state you live in tries to take your money when you're not the father of a particular child. That is state-sponsored terrorism.
Right. That's right. And not only that, but these young couples that think they're going to do it their way and they're not going to get married, they're screwing themselves, too. And, you know, I'm glad that when I worked there, I had that bulletproof glass in between me and those angry individuals. And they weren't only men. There were deadbeat women, too, quote, unquote.
Oh, I know. But you'll never hear about them, and they'll never be made to pay, by the way.
But, man, my mother put my father through the ringer to get her child support. And she screwed the government because she was getting welfare on top of the child support checks that he was already mailing in. And back in the day, there was no way that they could coincide the two. She felt that she was independent. She wanted to make it on her own. She wanted to go through medical school. She wanted to do a bazillion things except raise her children. And I just want to say thanks, Tom.
Katie, thank you. Jason, on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, Tom. First time, long time.
Thank you.
Basically, what I got to say about all these independent or so-called independent women out there is independence equals loneliness, because the only ones that are talking that they're independent are the ones that don't have anybody. And it's full
of... That's right.
You know, I just don't see the point of being so independent.
Independent women are dependent women whose husbands dump them.
Basically, yeah.
The ones who say they're independent. Look how independent I am.
Independent also means dumped. Nobody wants them. They got to be independent. Just like you said about the fat chicks, they're all independent because nobody wants them.
That's a very, very good point, Nicole, on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hi, Tom. I just want to tell you I'm the exception to the rule.
Of course.
3 children, and I take care of them on my own with no money. Their father is involved, takes care of them when I am working, and I'm the exception.
In what way?
I don't expect any money from him. When he has them, he pays for everything. When I have them, I take care of everything. I pay the bills without any money from him.
Mm-hmm. And what if he said to you, I can't take care of the kids? What would you do?
I'd probably hire somebody to help me take care of them.
And where would you get the money for that?
Out of my own check that I make every week.
Really?
Yeah.
So you would never ask for alimony or child support?
No, I do not.
You never would?
I probably would never. I can't say I never would. If his lifestyle was a lot better than mine and he didn't take care of the children, then I might ask him for some money. But until that time, I'm making more money than...
So the only reason you don't ask him for stuff is because he didn't have it to give.
Well, he gives in other ways. He gives by taking care of my kids so they don't have to go to daycare.
Right, but what I'm saying is, and I'm glad he does that, I'm glad some parent is home with the children at some point in time. But the reason you don't ask him for money is because he's not doing all that well.
Well, his full-time job, he makes decent money, but I make a little bit more than he is. So why should I take all his money that he could put towards my children?
Well, again, you may be the exception to the rule, but the rule still holds. It's 1-800-5800-TOM. Let's say hello here to Rick. Rick on the Tom Leykis Show.
Yeah, Tom.
Rick.
Hey, short-time listener, Tom, but going to be a long-time listener. Make it fast. My girlfriend, who I helped through school as far as being there for 2 years, was talking about how we could work as a team, attended her master's degree. She talked about bridal magazines and where's my ring, and as soon as I booked a 2-week trip to Kauai, she comes back shouting an administrator from Florida has a job opportunity, knew that I was going to ask her to marry her, and then decides to just pull the rug out from under me.
Right.
And then she says, I need my independence. I can do things on my own. I don't want you holding me back. If I want to get an administrative position somewhere else, I don't need you to hold on to me, even though I was there for her for the 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
But this independence thing, even though I made an honest living, but I didn't make ever enough for her because I wasn't as status-minded as she was. And then as soon as I was her listening board and therefore and she graduated, then she decided to just drop me like a hot potato. And what I was going to say, I'm a 40-year-old man, never fallen in love, and I can tell you one thing, all women are basically the same. All they think about is material and status. And the ones that say they don't, and they say they're independent, I couldn't agree with you more. The independents, they're not independent. They need love. They need everything else. But the thing is, a lot of times their independence comes from the other guy, and they won't come and tell you that, because if it wasn't for that guy, they wouldn't be where they were.
You are right about that, Rick.
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM. 1-800-5800-866.
I just want to say I love you in a heterosexual way.
Hey, my ass is intact, then. Thank you.
You're welcome.
The Tom Leykis.
Tom Leykis Show. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Thank you for tuning in. Jill on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello. Jill.
Hi, Tom.
Hi.
I just wanted to call in and say that I'm a successful woman. I do drive an Infiniti in my name, and I did write the check. And I just wanted to say that I think women hold the child support issue just purely out of bitterness. I think that if you're going to have children, you better figure out how you're going to raise them if, God forbid, something happened to your marriage. I'm divorced, and my ex-husband is a great father. I wouldn't expect any child support from him, but I do expect him to spend time with the children because they are his kids too. But I fully support myself and my children, and I'm happily remarried and I don't, take the money from my husband.
That's probably part of the reason he does spend time with the children, because he doesn't feel that they're a burden on him and that you are a burden on him.
Well, and we shouldn't be a burden on him. I think it's, if you go into a marriage where you're going to raise children, then it's 50-50. And if you split up, then you still have 50% of raising that child financially and otherwise.
Thank you for that, Jill. 1-800-5800-TOM. It's Tom on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, Tom. How's it going?
Okay.
Great. I was just driving home from work, and I totally agree with you. I moved from the Midwest out to California here. I was making, in the mid to high 30s there. I'm coming out here making 80. I got a ex in the Midwest there that's just taking me through the ringers. Every 2 years, religiously, she takes me to court.
$1,000
child support.
Right.
And it just sucks.
That's right. Now, but she tells everybody she doesn't need you, and she's independent.
Oh, she sits there, the bitch, she just sits there, and, she's married, and still wants so much money and so much money.
Yeah.
Every time I get a raise, the raise goes for her. I work for that, just for that.
I'm sure you do, Tom, and I'm amazed all the women who call in here, and you just must have been hurt by somebody.
And these women that are calling in, Tom, they sit there and they say, well, I'm not asking for money from my husband. It's because their husband's not making that kind of money. They're making more money than their husband. If their husband, like the one lady said, if my husband had a better lifestyle than I did, then, yeah, maybe I would go after him. They're that greedy. They're that kind of women out there.
Well, we've all known them, Tom. I'll tell you that. 1-800-5800-TOM. It's Hannah on the Tom Leykis Show.
Hi, Tom.
Hi, Hannah.
Can you hear me okay?
No.
I just wanted to say that I haven't heard anyone say anything about the children needing their fathers. I mean, all these women can you hear me?
Huh?
Are you there?
Wake up and smell the coffee, sister!
What are you talking about?
What do you mean, what am I talking about? You know what I'm talking about.
Well, there's so much research out there that says that girls need father figures in their lives so they don't pick the same kind of deadbeat dad that their moms did, and men need, boys need fathers in their life so they grow up to be men, I mean, all these women are, I don't need a father, and I don't need a man in my life, and I can make the money, but they can't be the father figure.
Right, but women say that they don't need a man around. They say it.
Well, I think that they should look at what society is turning into and all the anger that kids are growing up with.
I'll give you another example, and I've said this on the air before, but I'll say it to you. You know how all these women are always saying there's no good men? Remember that stupid song called Where Have All the Cowboys Gone?
Yeah.
And it's all about how there's no real men anymore. Well, you know why? Because we have the first generation of adult men who are raised by these so-called independent women who say, who needs a man?
Right.
So you have these little pansies growing up who don't know how to be a man, and then you have all these adult women saying, well, there's no good men around. Well, maybe if women stopped having babies as single mothers, maybe if women stopped saying how much they don't need men around and men are not necessary, maybe then you would have plenty of real men around.
Yeah, but I think that sooner or later it's going to show that men do need to be involved and people need to work a little harder on their marriages and their relationships and establish, you know, more of a relationship before they decide to bring a child into the world. I mean, I don't know. I would hope that people would work their ass off to stay together so their child grows up.
I think most women are basically lazy. They have the Prince Charming syndrome. They dream of the Prince Charming coming on a white horse and rescuing you from your visa bill, and that man will ultimately end up paying for everything. And that's a woman's goal, is to look good until you find a guy to pay your bills, and then you can chop your hair off, gain weight, talk about how independent you are. That's American women in a nutshell.
Well, I guess I'm moving to Europe then.
But, yeah, you know what? I feel the same way.
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM. Tom Leykis.
I totally agree with you that women can be attention whores, especially for the fact that I live in the city of attention whores, Los Angeles.
We invented attention whoring here.
The Tom Leykis Show.
Tom Leykis Show. Is there such a thing as an independent woman? Well, not many. Most of them say they're independent. But they're really not. One caller earlier said independent woman is a dumped woman. April, hello.
Hello. How are you doing, Tom?
Okay.
Good. I love your show, number one, but I didn't like that last caller.
Why not?
Absolutely not.
Why not?
Okay, because I come from a divorced family, and from the age of 10, and my mother was my mother, my father, my mentor, my best friend, and my worst enemy, all wrapped up into one. And I am a strong, independent, individual woman. I married a strong man. And
why do you need to get married if you're so independent?
Because I wanted to get married and have
Why?
I have two children. And
well, if you're independent, you could have just had them in a test tube.
Yeah, I could have had them in a test tube, you're right, but why would I want to do that? I want to share my life with a life partner that...
But if you're independent, why do you need a life partner? I hate that term, by the way. Yeah, why do you need one?
Because I want to share my life. I want to roll over every morning and wake up to someone I'm completely in love with.
Well, then you're hardly independent.
Well, just because you're married doesn't make you not independent.
Oh, I disagree. I think it makes you interdependent. I think you are dependent on the other person.
No.
Sure you are.
No. Because I'm college educated.
So what?
I have the career.
What do you do with it?
What do I do with it?
Yeah, you have a career?
Yeah, I'm an independent sales rep.
You had to go to college for that?
No, I gave up the whole corporate career in business so I could be an independent sales rep and still be able to be home with my boys and make my own schedule and be home for my husband when he gets home from work and make his dinner and do all those things and have it all, basically, is how I look at it, because I'm making good money for the family. I'm being able to spend time with my boys and still be there for my husband in our relationship. So, I mean, to me, I have the American dream, and I didn't have a dad around at all. My mother raised me all by herself.
Why'd you do that?
Because my father cheated on her way too many times, and she didn't feel that was a good environment to raise me in.
Why'd she pick a guy like that?
What?
Why'd she pick a guy like that?
I don't know. Well, actually, I do know. She got pregnant with my sister, and he tried to do the right thing by marrying her, and it didn't work out. So that's what happened.
I see.
So that's all I want to say. I love your show.
Thank you.
And, I'll listen forever, and when my boys are of age, I'll have them listen to you, too, because you give great advice.
Thank you, April. Maida, you're on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Great.
I thought I would know what to say once I got on the line, but you know what? I can honestly say this. An independent woman is a lonely woman. Every woman needs a man by her side. And otherwise, she's...
And a man paying the bills.
Actually, me and my husband have a great arrangement going on. We pay half of everything. I make a little bit more than he does. Not much, but he definitely wears the pants, and he definitely puts a foot down of what we're going to do and when we're going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And, I love that he is that way because he keeps me straight, and I know that all the bills are going to be paid because he takes control of it.
All right. On that note, Maida, thank you. Thank you very much for the call. We appreciate it.
The Tom Leykis Show.